I just wanted to show some things before I button this up. But this is the interior. These red stripes that you see on the seats are actually stickers that you take from here. I wasn't sure they were going to work, but actually they worked very well. I was surprised. I mean, better than decals that I've used in the past on other models. The only thing is you need to have a really good pair of pliers, because you're going to want to use these to pull them up and hold them, and then just use them to... Now I did these on the seats out of the interior, so, and then I put them in the interior. So if you do when they're out, but it's just a matter of getting it located in the proper position and then just letting it flow and then lay down, and it worked very well. I was so very surprised. I was actually dreading doing it, and I put it off for a couple days, but I'm happy that it worked as well as it did. The red stripes are only for the front. They only give you these stripes for the front, stickers. On the decal sheet does not have these, so even though I'm going to use decals on this car where I can, since this is a rebuild of I built this once before in a previous video where I just snapped it together. But I will be using these decals on it this time, reassembling it. I left the interior black. I put the red parts on there. Somewhere along the way, I lost the emergency brake handle in the shifter, because they're just so tiny, and I don't know where I misplaced them or where they went. But you won't see them anyway, pretty much in the car. And I left the stickers that were on here already. Those work fine. The decals are really not much different. So I just left the stickers that I used before. You also get a sheet like this. These are the black surrounds that go on the clear parts on the windows. Once again, I never used anything like this before, and I wasn't sure how well it was going to work out. But since I had already done the seats, I had a little idea on how to use these stickers now, and then I was able to get these on, and it worked pretty well. Again, you're going to need the tweezers to do it. I just recommend that. And then you just place them the best you can. They are a little movable, like when you lay it down. If it's in the wrong place, you can simply pull it back up, relocate it, get it as close as you can. If it's not absolutely perfect on the front window and the back window, I simply made a slot and cut the sticker and then overlapped it there, and you really can't notice it. And that would allow it so it doesn't have any kind of like bubble in it or anything like that. So this is the side and rear window. This one is the front window. And I laid down the top first. Once you get this shape here inside the window, the rest of it went in fairly easy. But I would start here at the top. And those are great ideas for doing the windows. That's the interior. The chassis so far, there's not a lot of parts to it, but I did paint the rotors, which are difficult to see, probably in this video. I painted the calipers red. I will detail out the exhaust system and such underneath here with some paint. And that's where that's at. The body is painted and cleared. I went with a red color, since I originally wanted to buy the red version of the snap kit, but they cost more than the gray one that I bought. So I said, well, and they're all the same kit, it just costs more, like $10 or $15 more. And I said, well, I'll just get the gray one and repaint it. So this is all repainted and ready to go. This is simply Tamiya red with a polyurethane clear. And then that's it. That's where we're at. I just want to show these items now because once the car is put together, you won't be able to see really any detail there. So we do have some stickers left. I don't think there's any on here I'll probably use except, well, I don't. Most of these other decals are replicated. Stickers are replicated on the decal sheet. So we'll see how that goes. And that's it for this. I'll hold it off to the side, and then when I finish this video, I'll tag this on the front, and then you'll have an idea of what was ahead. So that's it for this. The new Aoshima GTR snap kit is done. In a previous video, if you watch my channel, I built this kit just by assembling it right out of the box. I didn't paint anything. I used a couple of the stickers that came with the kit, and it was a good kit. I was very impressed with it. I still am. So in order to my question in my head after I built it is, can you paint this kit and really detail it out a little bit? It doesn't have an engine, it's a curbside, but can you paint it? And it comes with decals as well as the stickers, so of course I chose to use the decals this time. So it was molded in a gray color, almost a dark gray. I shot it with Tamiya white primer, and then I used Tamiya red over that red paint, and then I cleared it with polyurethane clear. The wheels I did not paint because they look good just as they were in black. I didn't see any reason to paint them because they're already like a matte or semi-matte black. I did paint the calipers red and the rotors silver. I painted the wing and these body parts, panels here, like this is gloss red, that's gloss. I was going to paint them matte, but those I painted gloss. These side panels here, I did paint those matte black to be more closer to what the tires are. And there's a piece that goes in here for the cowling with the wiper blades. I painted that matte black as well. And then the nose section here was painted gloss black. I could have painted the hood gloss black because that's the way it shows it on the box. It shows it to be carbon fiber. So if you were building this kit and you wanted to match the box, you could buy some aftermarket carbon fiber decals and do the roof here section here and the hood, and that would be a little more accurate to a stock GTR. That is what this represents. The decals they give you are for the door handles. I think this is some kind of marker light here. There's a center cap. There's decals for that. Then on the front, there's a decal for the GTR image, emblem, I'm sorry. There is, for the tag, Nismo decal, GTR, and then the Nissan emblem on the trunk. The rear lights are molded in red. This is also a decal. These are chrome plated. The exhaust, I'll probably paint the inside of those black. That's really about it. But you can see that it's a snap kit, but it's not a toy. It's very, very accurate. And I started this video, I attached at the beginning showing you the interior because I did use the stickers, which there's no replacement for those. You can only do the seats and stickers. There's no decals to do that pattern, which is fine because they worked great. So, but I had fun with this kit, even though I painted it with the tolerances and everything, I still was able to get it together. Of course, I scraped the paint off in a few places because I did use glue, because I knew that I would have to handle it and force some things in place, and while I was handling it, I didn't want to be knocking parts off. So I did glue some of them just to make sure they wouldn't fall off while I was handling the car and building it. I didn't mind that if it was building the snap version, because I was going to take it apart anyway, which is what I did, and rebuild it. So I've built this model twice, once stock, all snap, and then this time I painted it and detailed it and used the decals. There are thin decals that go along the edges of here on the ground effects, and then on the nose on this edge. But I got those decals on there, and they literally just after a few hours fell off. So I ended up just removing what was left of them, took them off. The only way I could think to solve that, and I don't know why, because the other decals like the door handles and the emblems and stuff so far have stayed on. But the only way I can think to solve that problem is if you were to use those decals on here, on these pieces like this and the side skirts and stuff, I would put some kind of clear coat over that, whether it's a matte clear coat or a gloss clear coat, to seal those decals in there, and then that way they wouldn't just fall off. But of course I'd already painted and cleared this car by the time I got to that stage, so it was better just to take them off, because otherwise there would have only been half the decals on the car. The other ones just fell off. These wheels just press on, so it's a snap kit after all. But I'm really happy with it. I really like it. It's a modern kit. It's a modern car. Anybody that wants to build modern cars, I recommend getting one of these kits. Don't worry about it not having an engine. You'll still be able to do things with it. And actually, if with the hood popped off, let's see if I can get it off here. Let's pop it back on. There is a hole in there. So if you wanted to cut all this out and put an engine in there, cut this bar right here, although this bar is what holds the headlights in, but you could glue those in a different way. If you were to cut this out, widen the opening, you could probably put at least the top part of the engine in there so that you could see it. It wouldn't do any good to put the whole engine in there or the bottom, because there's chassis plates that would cover that up on the real car. But if you wanted to put an engine in there, you could do it, and it wouldn't be that much trouble. So I'll snap that back together off camera because I don't want to damage the paint. But anyway, out here I lost my wheel again. And this goes on a certain way too. Anyway, I don't plan on playing with it, so normally I wouldn't play with it like this, and the parts would be fine. They wouldn't fall off. I recommend this model. I recommend you get one of these. I'll show you the box real quick. Let's put that back there. Just in case you didn't see the other video, this is the box. Let's see if I can put that back there. And like I say, let's see if it shows it. No, it only shows the gray one. Oops. There's a gray one. There's one molded in gray, one molded in white, and one molded in red. Here you can see the red stripes. There's also a red stripe decal that goes around the tires, and I could not get those to work. They didn't want to stay down, first of all, and just trying to get them to, once you straightened out one side of the rim, the other side would fall off or come off or get crooked. So it was a battle just trying to do one wheel, so I decided not to do those. If I didn't want to use those decals, you could probably find a way to maybe paint that stripe on there instead, but I'd already messed with that and I wasn't going to do that. This part here is red on the box, but there's no decals for that. So I'm thinking that if you wanted to do that, you would have to paint that. Although it's not terribly important. You do get a picture of the interior. There's no real picture on the rear of the car. This picture here. But once again, either way, if you want to build it as a snap, you can build it as a snap. If you want to paint it, you can paint it and you can build it that way. Either way. The picture here shows a carbon fiber hood, but there's no decals to make the model carbon fiber. So if you do want that look, you would have to buy aftermarket decals to get that look, but I didn't care about that. So there we are. I might have went on too far, but I'm impressed with this kit for being a snap kit. I mean, we've all built snap kits in our life, but this is way ahead of any snap kit I ever built before. First of all, it's an accurate model. The body, everything is accurate as far as I'm concerned. So, and this kit is better than a lot of glue kits. I mean, just as far as the dimensions, the fit, the finish, the way it looks, everything, it would put a lot of glue kits to shame for sure. And that's it. I'll leave it at that. So there's the kit that's been built 2 ways. I'll catch you on the next one.